Okay, next episode. I've done a couple of things, and one of them is playing with bumpers. Those bumpers that came originally on the Maxstone 10 are a royal pain in the butt because they hook on rocks and they basically don't slide over anything. They're too rough, they catch on stuff. So I made myself a stainless steel bumper, and I think it looks pretty good. You can tell that it goes underneath and it hooks onto the same 3 screws. It would be nice to get countersunk screws in there, and I may end up doing that, but so far I haven't done that yet. And of course in the rear we had a similar bumper in a similar situation. This design is a little bit different because of something I did, and that was removing 2 of the screw tubes on the bottom. But this should work. This should work well. It should slide over the rock nicely, and going forward I may have to bend in those corners a little bit, but we'll see. We'll figure out how that works, and I may have to do something there. And then the next thing we're doing, if we're turning this puppy upside down, is what I'm working on, is a better skid plate under the center. Basically these tie rod ends or link rod ends, they're going to get scuffed up and they're going to break. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to put a plate that will cover those for a large part. Now, because there are some screws under there, I need some offsets to raise that up a little bit. So it's actually going to sit about a 1/4 inch off the plate. But basically, that's where she's going to go, and that should also help. That should also make a difference in how long it's going to last and how well it's going to work. I am toying with some other ideas, and that is to have some hinging plates coming off of here, but that gets really complicated because it has to move in so many different ways. So I'm not really sure if that works, but I would love to do something to protect the drive shafts. I don't know if you can see it. This one's yeah, I mean, they're going to get scuffed up, there's no doubt about it. So where the links and stuff, they're going to get scuffed up, and the thing is you can replace those. They're not very expensive to replace, so it's not a big deal. But I'm toying with ideas to see what goes on and what can be done to do it. The other thing I did is I managed to get the body another 1/2 inch down. I don't know if you can see it, but it actually is down another 1/2 inch. I moved the receiver to the underside of the battery tray, like I did with the ESC. I'm still waiting for my waterproofing materials to arrive, so I haven't done that yet. But I'm hoping they'll arrive sometime this week. The other thing that I ran into sort of by accident is I found a Johnson motor in a surplus store. It's called Princess Automotive here in Canada, and these motors are supposedly more powerful than the standard 540 motors that come on the truck. I do know that it's 12 volt, so we're going to be able to use 3-cell LiPo batteries if we put them on. I've already taken one of the truck motors out, taken the wires and the resistors off that were mounted on the back, and we're going to mount those on the new motor, and we're going to try it out. We've got a 15 gear spur gear. I think that's the spur gear, right? And we'll see how that works. The original is actually a 13, but this motor I think will turn slower than the original motor, but we'll have to find out. I have no idea what kV it is. I just know what voltage it is. And I do have an E-Flight watt meter, so once I got it hooked up, I will be able to test them and see how many watts they draw and what happens, and whether or not the power is adequate that we're putting into it, and whether or not the ESC can take it. I'm not really sure with the original ESCs how much they can take. Anyway, so there goes another bit of the plan. Here's something. I just took the springs out and I made a droop setup out of it. I don't like it the way it sits right now. I think it's way too low. even though they're supposed to sit fairly low, but I think this is too low. It should be about there, so I may have to put a little bit of spring back in there, but we'll see. I'm playing with it, so that's the nice thing about having the third truck. As long as we don't need the parts off of it, it's a good test bed to toy with and to try different things out on. So there we go. There's the other truck. Right now it's just sitting there, but it's working good. I'm really pleased with it. So we're forging ahead and see what comes out of it. I hope you enjoy this, and see you in the next vid.